Stop watching $6,000 leak out of your bank account every month just to pay for calendar Tetris and repetitive pricing questions. That overhead is usually paying for incredibly talented people, but instead of closing deals, they end up spending up to 70% of their day answering the exact same pricing questions and playing calendar Tetris. The standard reflex here is to hire another administrative assistant to handle the overflow, but adding another body just inflates your payroll. It doesn't fix the underlying bottleneck of relying on human manual labor to process routine data. Your staff's bandwidth limits aren't a human resources problem. They act as a hard ceiling on your company's revenue potential. When your team is maxed out on busy work, growth simply stops. This brings us to a silent margin killer called operational bleed. This is the invisible revenue you lose every day that never actually shows up on a standard profit and loss statement. It looks like a prospect calling when the office is closed. They dial your competitor, or a hot lead browsing, but your team is offline, so they bounce entirely, or a massive 5-figure deal dying quietly in your CRM because your closer forgot. This chart shows exactly how those minor daily friction points compound. One missed call or slow follow-up seems trivial, but over 12 months, those data points break away from your main revenue cluster, quietly draining tens of thousands of dollars. A lot of business owners try to plug this leak with a basic ChatGPT widget or a cheap automated chatbot, and almost immediately they realize those standalone tools fail to solve the actual front office bottleneck. Those tools are essentially glorified FAQ documents. They have no memory of previous interactions, they can't execute complex escalation logic, and they completely failed to communicate with your existing internal software. The alternative is an integrated AI teammate. This is a system engineered with specific workflows that connect directly into your master calendar and customer database. By actively absorbing the overflow labor, the inbound calls, and the scheduling logistics, the system removes the administrative burden from your human team entirely. Take a look at this flow chart mapping a lead's journey. We can see 4 distinct nodes: inquiry, booking, service, and follow-up. We deployed this exact structure for a 12-person plumbing company that was absolutely drowning in inbound lead volume. In the inquiry node, an AI phone agent picks up any overflow calls within 2 rings. It speaks naturally, comprehends that the customer has a leaking water heater, and captures all their necessary data, bypassing the busy office staff entirely. Moving into the booking node, the system cross-references the live internal calendar. It books the appropriate technician for an open slot, prevents any double booking, and automatically issues an SMS confirmation to the client. After the job is completed in the service node, the follow-up engine takes over. It automatically triggers review requests, and if the customer hasn't returned in 90 days, it schedules seasonal re-engagement messages to keep the pipeline full. Notice the escalation mechanic here. The AI handles all the preliminary nurturing and scheduling. It only routes the lead out of the automated loop and over to a human closer when the prospect is entirely ready to buy. By automating that entire administrative lifecycle, the plumbing company completely eliminated the operational bleed that was previously causing them to lose money. This chart contrasts the efficiency of the new model. The specific cost of managing these administrative workflows dropped from a $6,000 human overhead to a $500 AI infrastructure. Simultaneously, their lead response time shrank from a few hours to under 60 seconds, establishing total coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because the AI absorbed the routine tasks, the existing staff stayed on. However, their roles shifted. They were elevated from receptionists to high-level relationship builders. This repurposing of talent had a direct impact on the bottom line. With the team freed up to upsell maintenance contracts and strategize with VIP customers, the company's close rate jumped 31% in just 60 days. The ultimate purpose of deploying AI in a service-based business is never to fully replace your human workforce. Human nuance, empathy, and deep relationship building are your company's true competitive advantages in the marketplace. Algorithms can't replicate that. Automation simply absorbs the rote busy work. It clears the calendar so your human team can focus entirely on scaling your business revenue.